Hi everybody and welcome to the Groomsman channel. This is Scott, the original founder of this channel, but now a group of guys. You've probably seen my buddy Fias. He's been tearing it up. Ever since he joined, he's been just uploading left and right, making me look bad, but that's okay. I'm glad you're all here because this is another shave in the name of science. I hope you've all been classy, and as you can see, I have a fair number of days of growth. Well, today is OC October, meaning open comb, and man, do I got a treat for you. The razors that I'm planning to use today are going to be a comparison of razors. So what two open combs, because that's what OC stands for, would I be planning to use? Well, I have a really special treat. I'm going to be using my 1936 Aristocrat twist to open here. This is American Aristocrat, okay? This is the second twist to open ever made. And you can see it has the knurling, very similar to that of a British Aristocrat. I have it in the original box with the original blade case. The case is in phenomenal condition. And then the other thing I'm going to be using alongside it is the very first twist to open ever made. This is a 1934 American Aristocrat. So there are some slight differences, and one of the biggest ones is the holes on the end. You can see these actually look like holes, whereas those are kind of filled in, all right, on the end caps there. And the other thing is look at the head profile. The head profile in the 34 is a much less pronounced like bow to it compared to the 36, and it's not as fat or chunky. So we're going to be using both of these razors today, one on the left side and one on the right. I've never used my 34, so I don't really know what to expect. My 34 is relatively new to my collection, but to make it all fair, do I not only have one Boschkod blade in here? I look like I need to do a blade run to my bedroom. You know what? I got a new blade that I want to use today. They're called Laser. So I'm going to pause and be right back. Alright, so I'm back. These are these Laser Ultra triple coated blades. I think they were $7 for 50 of them on Amazon. I've heard good things, so I figured I'd order them. I'm not one to just pussyfoot around. If I see something I want, I get it. So let's go ahead and load up two of these, one into each the 34 and one into the 36, and see what we get. I'm not in all have any idea what to expect. I know what the 36 is. I've had the 36 for a number of months. To be honest with you, the 36 was the first big acquisition razor I had bought, and by that I mean money-wise. A lot of my other ones have came from hunting and stuff, but sometimes you just have to buy them off the bay because they are hard to find. So we have a blue-green thing here, wrapper. Go ahead and get the 36 loaded up first. The end tabs do show on this, just so you know. I'm not one to trim them, I don't care. Again, these don't have the zip things you see, the clips, the catch on some of the old blade dispensers that Gillette used to sell. These do not come with those. Those didn't start being implemented till about the mid-40s on razors. So there we go. We're loaded up, tightened down on both razors here. All right. So being, I figure I might as well do my left side with the 34 and the right side with the 36. And another reason that I'm using an open comb is the fact that I am, not only is it October, but I have a fair number of days of growth. And I find that closed combs are really tuggy when you have a lot of growth like I do. I'm using another prototype soap by Artisan soap maker friend of mine who's been working on perfecting a new formula. I've been testing them now for a few months. I'm pretty sure she has a winner among them. I mean, you could see I have, this is a foamy type lather. Work it a little bit more. So how's everyone been? It's been a while. It's October. It's been salmon slamming season for me. It's coming up on homecoming for you guys. Or homecoming. Coming up on Halloween, which we already got the daughters. I think she's going as a corpse bride this year. So, what do you think? I'm thinking I'm ready for battle. Alright. I'm thinking this is going to be a little rough, but we shall see. Heat up the razor here. So, left side with the 34. Some initial tugging, but you know, that's to be expected with this many days of growth. But really smooth. As you can see, it's going right through the hair. So very efficient razor. This is a mild razor. It's such a cry difference. Just in like the matter of the last 4 to 6 years there, 1920, you know, the late 20s to the 1934 here. And this razor is so much more mild than like the news and the new and improves and the old types there. So in like a 10 years, man, I don't know who Gillette had working for them at that time, but they came to a quick realization here that it was very different, and the shade that people were looking for was going to be different, because this is much more mild than those older razors. I'm not a big fan of the old types and the single rings and stuff. Fayez is a shave monster. That guy can use about anything. Though he's starting to move to the dark side of razors, and what I mean by that is he's starting to move in like the mild ones a lot too. So very mild, smooth shave here. It can, as you can see, it really cut through the 6 days growth I had pretty efficiently. Now the 36. So this having the bigger bow to the blade, as you can see, this is very efficient. It's plowing through the hair here, taking it off no problem. But it is smoother. This razor is much smoother than the 34. Not that the 34 is bad. I love the 34. That's a good shave. But this one having the bigger bow means that the gap, when you're holding the angle, the blade is more of a more straight angle to your face. Is less, you know, so that angle closer to your face like that lends itself to a more mild shave, alright? So 36 is milder than the 34. Upon inspection, it looks like the 34 might get closer on here's some of the blade feedback there, but that's not a consequence of it being aggressive. That's a consequence of I have so much freaking growth. I shouldn't have let go this long. Have no choice but to have that much feedback. I've just been really, I don't know if the right word's lazy. I'm back to working like 60-hour. Oops, I just cut. There's no way in hell I didn't just cut myself. I'm working like 60-hour weeks at the moment, so I haven't had a lot of time to worry about shaving as much, you know. So, but I have had time to myself for the fishing with my friends and stuff. Salmon fishing's been going good. We came home with 9 this last weekend. It's always a good weekend fishing. Alright, so yeah, the 34 did a closer job. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get the against the grain out of the way. You know, I try not to look like a hobo too much. I gave myself a haircut Monday. Being as the pandemic has let up, I have gone to the barber once or twice, but I came home, felt I needed a haircut, and you know what? I've been so used to doing it myself that I just do it myself, you know? Alright, against the grain here. So, 34. Against the grain, nice and smooth, way less tugging than the first pass. So I don't know what to say about the blade. Seems to be a mild blade. It seems to be a little bit sharper than that of like the Vashkad. So I mean, it's not as sharp as a feather because the blade seems to have a little bit more aggression than I'm used to, but that's because of the sharpness of it. Yeah, I would say these are pretty sharp blades. They're sharper than Vashkads for sure. I mean, they're not as sharp as a feather or an acid, but they're up there. I'll tell you what, those things they're pretty sharp. So, they'll be good ones to put in a leaf razor. Running as your first primary and second razor blade, because I found that putting a sharp one first there helps with getting a closer shave with the leaf and it lasts longer, it seems like. I've been putting feathers in my wife's at the base for her, because my wife is a wet shaver. She uses a leaf and a twig and an injector. She stole two of my injectors, but that's okay. Yeah, so I mean, overall, I got my So the 36 is a smoother shave. That bigger dome shape definitely is the reason why it's a smoother shave. Now, whether it gives you a smoother finish is the ultimate question on a 2-pass. Let's see. About the same, you know, and so if I'm going to get about the same shave from two different razors, but one is smoother than the other, but they seem to be just as efficient, I'm going to choose the one that's a smoother shave all day to the one that's not. But for the history of it in my collection, I have a 34 and I have a 36 American Aristocrat. So, it's been a rough football season, I can say that much. I am a Detroit Lions fan. And I just have to watch week after week of getting pounded. I don't know if you guys can do something to help us out, but man, I'd sure appreciate it. You know, maybe they need to take a page off the old book. It's all in the name of science, you know? Well, I think the science experiment needs to end. They need to start winning some games, because I feel like I've been too many years of being a Lions fan and just getting disappointed year after year that at some point, when do you give up, right? Who do I start rooting for now? I mean, do you make an obvious choice and go root for Brady? Of course. I do root for him. I was glad to see him win the Super Bowl again last year, especially after going to another team. I know a lot of people weren't happy about it, but hey, you know what? Just goes to show you the old goat still got it, right? The old goat. So guys, thank you for joining me today. Sorry that the commentary was probably a little drab, a little boring, but you know, I'm a tired guy. I've been working 60-hour weeks, you know. Today, when I'm said and done with work, it's going to be a 14-hour day. Yesterday was a 12. Tomorrow's a 12. And then I got a couple 10s. So, you know, it is what it is. But I will say that having the weekends off thing definitely makes a big difference, because I didn't have that before, and man, oh man, did it suck. I would not recommend anyone ever work 7 days a week for months on end, because, you know, you might be able to do it while you're young, like they say, but the amount of money that you're going to make, lost time with your family, friends, and for yourself, it doesn't make up for it, because it all does nothing but make you an angry person, and it's not worth it. So, with that being said, thank you, everybody. Stay classy. And please subscribe to the Groomsman channel and spread the word. We're trying to grow. Thanks you. Have a good day.